sitting on a bag of peas right now. It took me a long time to get it out because it's in my leggings. I'm sorry, this is where all the frozen veggies are going, on my butt. Woo! Hi honeys, it's Emmy, and oh my gosh, it feels so good to be back on this camera. This is a camera that I used to use for my YouTube channel before I was even Healthy Emmy. This is like 2016, 2017 YouTube we're talking, and then I got my Canon G7X and I just started using that all the time, but it feels so good to be back on my Canon EOS 70T with my Sigma 1.4mm lens. Should I stay on this camera? It feels so good to be back on this camera, so maybe I'll stay on this camera. Okay, honeys, so today I am talking about something that a lot of people have been struggling with during this time, and I just got so excited that I didn't even do the intro. Intro happens now. Hi honeys, I'm Emmy. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Emmy. I am a nutritionist and the creator of the Slim on Starch program, where my clients lose anywhere from the last few pounds to up to 70 pounds and counting and gain such food freedom. So if you are looking to do any of that, go ahead and click the link in the down bar or just go to healthyemmy.org so that you can apply to work with me. Also make sure that you hit subscribe and you turn your notification bell on so that you can be notified every time the freshest news on plant-based weight loss is coming at you live, honeys. Okay, so here I am on my new camera to talk about what you honeys said you've been struggling with the whole COVID pandemic, because we are all stuck in our homes, and I'm sure there's a lot of fear going around that being stuck in your home is going to make you gain weight. It's gonna derail your weight loss journey. You can't go to the gym, you've been binging, yada yada yada. Let's talk about all of those and how we can actually use these as opportunities to set ourselves up for when life becomes normal again. And who knows when that's going to happen, but if it's a long while until it does, then that's just even more time to set ourselves up for the future to go full steam ahead. I actually had a conversation with Isabel yesterday, who just joined the program. Hi Isabel. And she was like, honestly, Emmy, this is the perfect time because I'm in law school right now and we've been sent home, so I'm doing all of my classes online and we can't go anywhere. She's out in California. She's like, we can't go anywhere. So for these next however many, I mean, we're gonna be working together for at least 8 weeks. She's like, I can hunker down and I can really get myself set up so that when life does become normal again, we start going out again and all of that, I'm like a new person, and I'm going to use this as a time of rejuvenation to set an incredible foundation for myself so that when life does resume with its normalcy, I'm going to be locked and loaded and good to go and literally come out of this as a new person. And that is such a beautiful way to look at it. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And if we look at this time as an opportunity to really hunker down on our nutrition, then we are setting ourselves up for absolute success. Because when it comes to our health and our weight loss, the #1 determinant of our weight loss is nutrition. By far, no doubt about it. My clients, I do not force my clients to do any exercise, and some of my absolutely most successful clients, their exercise, like Sarah, her exercise is walking to the train less than 1 kilometer every day. So for us people that don't use kilometers, that's way, way less than a mile. She just walks to the train for work every day and then has a sedentary job. So exercise is not the determinant of weight loss, which is the first thing that I'm going to talk about. So I went on my Instagram story and I asked you guys, what have you been struggling with your health and weight loss journey because of the changes that have been put in place with the coronavirus pandemic? And the first thing that I was seeing is my gym is closed, I can't work out, I can't exercise, what am I going to do? I want to lift this weight off your shoulders and allow you to breathe a little bit and know that just because you cannot exercise does not mean you're going to gain weight. In fact, it could mean the opposite. When I became a teacher, running was just simply not possible because those kids took it out of me. If you are a past student of mine, when I was your math teacher, you guys know you gave me a run for my money. 14-year-olds don't like learning about the Pythagorean theorem. I don't know why. I mean, I had a good time teaching it. It was a lot. And so running was just, my body could not have handled running amongst the exhaustion that teaching was bringing me. And so I didn't run for about a year. And I did the elliptical and it was a joke. Like I would go on it and I would remember I would go during my lunch break, I would go and like go do the elliptical. I didn't even sweat. I would go back and teach after. That's how not of a workout my workout was. And I would just online shop the whole time on my teacher budget. And I would go back to work after. Like, that's how much of a joke my workout was at that time. And I weighed, I mean, I don't know how much I weighed, but I was a lot thinner then when I wasn't running, because I'm sure I lost muscle mass. I'm sure that my cortisol levels were lower from not running 6 miles a day. And that just goes to show that exercise and weight loss simply are not linked. Another thing, you know, I have 2 other things to say, and I'm going to say the first one first because I think it's kind of funny. I have a bit of an injury right now. I have sciatica, so I have a pinched nerve in my back that's pushing on my sciatic, or whatever. I have a slipped disc in my back that's pinching on my sciatic nerve that is causing me absolutely unbearable pain. So I'm sitting on a bag of peas right now. It took me a long time to get it out because it's in my leggings. I'm sorry, this is where all the frozen veggies are going, on my butt. Yeah, let me just put that back there. Not only is the gym closed, but your girl can't run. I'm taking off, this is gonna be day 3, no running. I have like this elliptical that's just like, it doesn't even turn on. But I've been going on it and just sort of getting a little workout in, but I'm not worried because I would so much rather heal as opposed to not heal and make this worse. So taking a few days off running, but hey, I'm right there with you guys. Like, I can't run right now. But what the second point that I wanted to bring up is, as women and men too, but women can only burn about 2,000 calories per day. That is not an exact number, do not go off that, but there is a certain calorie threshold that we can burn. And when we exercise, we don't burn above that threshold. Instead, what happens is your body will pull from other essential functions within the body, like keeping your body temperature up, like your immune system, like a menstrual cycle, all the calories that are used to do that, because it costs calories to keep your immune system up, it costs calories to get a menstrual cycle, it costs calories to keep your body temperature up. Your body will pull from all of those so that you can keep functioning with the exercise that you're doing, because humans don't burn more than a certain amount of calories per day. There were studies done, and they studied the Hadza tribe, which is over in Africa, and these are extremely active people that, you know, they're gathering their food all day, they're just extremely active, and they compared the amount of calories they burn to the amount of calories that Americans burn, and they found that it was about the same. So the point here being that extreme exercise does not burn all of these extra calories, and from not exercising, you're actually probably doing yourself a bit of a favor, because your body can now allocate those calories to your immune system, which during this time is absolutely the most important thing, is to have a strong immune system when there's a pandemic, a virus that's going across the world. I really want to sip of my tea, but I don't want to get out of focus. I'm going to power through this. No, I need my tea. I hope I'm in focus. It's the perfect temperature, you know when it's the perfect temperature. So, rest assured that your gym is closed. You are not going to gain 100 pounds. You could even lose weight like I did when I didn't exercise. It'll be interesting to see what happens with my inability to run, what happens. But I always say I would rather have extra weight on me and be an incredible athlete than be like a skinny little can't do anything athletic. That's just me. Okay. The other thing that I will suggest is doing at-home workouts. There are 1,000,001 at-home workouts on YouTube, and you're doing yourself a huge disservice by not looking those up, because not only can you support other content creators, but you can get yourself moving by doing some of those at-home workouts. I know that my client Tammy posted in our group that she was doing this fun 30-minute aerobic cardio dance workout, and I was like, that looks fun, I want to do that. And then I was like, wait, I have a pinched sciatic nerve, I probably shouldn't do that. Alright, the number 2 thing that people are struggling with is binge eating. If you are struggling with binge eating, do not shame yourself. Instead, understand exactly what it is that's going on in your brain and realize that this is a normal desire to have during a time of anxiety and uncertainty. Because during this time of anxiety and uncertainty, we don't feel really good. We feel off. And we want to feel good. As humans, we don't want to feel pain. That's the innate human drive, is to avoid pain and to seek pleasure. And a way to get pleasure is through food. And the reason for that is that food produces dopamine. Dopamine is the motivation chemical, which keeps us to do things that keep us alive. So when we have sex, for example, we release an incredible amount of dopamine. And the reason for that is that sex is something that is going to keep the human race alive by reproducing. So eating, another thing that's going to promote our survival, that's going to promote dopamine release as well, so that we are motivated to eat. The more calories something has, the more dopamine that is released, because the more calories that you're getting in, the higher your chances are for survival. So when it comes to things like pizza, cake, cookies, that's going to be a lot of dopamine that your brain releases. Now, when you're feeling anxious and you want to feel good, food is going to give you that dopamine hit, so it's natural to turn to food. But I want you to realize, okay, my brain is looking for a dopamine hit, and it's going to get that feel-good feeling from food, but also there's other places that I can get that feel-good feeling. Because here's the reality, is that if we eat for emotional reasons, we'll never be full or satisfied. So if we turn to food for that feel-good feeling, we have two things that we have here. We have emotional fulfillment and physical fulfillment. Food gives us the physical fulfillment. It does not give us the emotional fulfillment, because we just keep pouring into physical fulfillment thinking that it's going to overflow into emotional fulfillment, but it never does, which is why if we eat for emotional reasons, we will never be full or satisfied, because we cannot fill this up through food. We fill this up through other activities that give us that feel-good feeling. So what I want you to do is to brainstorm some other activities that give you that dopamine hit, that give you that feel-good feeling, that aren't related to food. And use what we call in my program your if-then statement. If I feel like I want to binge, then I will, and then whatever that activity is. I will listen to comedy. We've been listening to comedy. We've been recreating TikTok videos. We've been playing cards. I ordered this card game on Amazon where it's like asking questions about one another, just doing fun things that give you that feel-good feeling, because you're looking to get that from food, but you aren't going to get it from food. You'll get it for about 5 minutes while you're eating the food, and then you'll get hours and hours of regret and physical sickness. So that's probably another thing that I want to say too, is that start with the end in mind. Another thing that Coach Kiki on our program says is what goes in must come out. And she's like, that's enough for me to not do it. For me, my lack of desire to binge is caused by all I can see when I see a food truly is the after and how it makes me feel afterward. That is what I see when I see a food. And so when I see things like potatoes, oats, grapes, I see how I feel every day. I see my athletic performance. I see being a high-functioning person, being able to run my business, being able to work with my clients, having this energy. That is what I see. When I see those other foods, I see stomach aches. I see headaches from a sugar rush. I see, I see lowness, I see stomach cramps. That is what I see when I see that food. So start with the end in mind, realize what your brain is trying to do, and do another activity that's going to give you that feel-good feeling. Tea time. The third thing that people are struggling with is snacking, the snack attacks. I want us to revamp snacking. Snacking is inherently a bad thing. And the reason why I think it's an inherently bad thing is for two reasons. The first is the idea that we can only have a certain quantity of food, and snacking ups that quantity. It puts us over the amount of calories that we're supposed to have per day. And the second thing is that snack foods are generally associated with processed foods. So what are we going to do in this situation? Well, we just got to change what you're snacking on. We just have to change the quality of the food. Because once you get the quality of the food right, your body is going to guide you to the quantity that you need to eat. Some people do need a little more guidance because their hunger and their fullness signals are a little bit off. This is something that we do inside my program. We have Hunger and Fullness 101. We teach you how to relearn your hunger and your fullness signals. But before you do that, you have to get the quality of the food right. We don't say you can only have this many meals. You have to have this meals and this many snacks. What is a snack anyway? You know, if your car is low on gas and you go to the gas station and you have $5 in your wallet and your car doesn't have any gas in it, and you put in $5 of gas and it helps you get to your destination, is your car a bad car because it needed a little bit of gas at that time? No, that sounds so silly. So why is it that when we need a little bit of fuel, when we just need a little bit of a pick-me-up, it's considered a bad thing if we put high quality food into our bodies? If we just need a little bit of something at 3 p.m. and we grab an apple, you've done a huge service to your body. If you deny yourself of that food, you're doing a disservice to your body because you're setting yourself up for a binge later on. So get the processed food, you know, have the kids eat all the processed food. Don't eat the processed food. Get the high quality food in your house, the starches, the vegetables, the fruits and legumes. That is what you turn to when your body is telling you that it needs a little bit of fuel. Fuel it up with the high quality food and move on with your life. It's just a little bit of fuel that you need in your tank. Just like you go to the gas station, you have $5 in your wallet and you just need a little bit of gas to get to your destination. And then when you get home, you'll be able to grab your credit card and you'll be able to go back to the gas station tomorrow when you have more time. There is no right or wrong. This is something Coach Kiki, our mindset coach, says on my program. There is no right or wrong. There is just what feels right in that moment. What feels good to you in this moment is to give yourself a little bit of fuel. Now, you have the power, you have the decision to choose what that fuel is going to be. Are you going to go to the gas station and put water into your gas tank? Spend $5 to put water into your gas tank? That's not going to work. If you spend $5 to put gas into your gas tank, which is what your body wants, your car is going to say thank you. If you put the water in there, it's not going to run properly, and then it's really going to need a lot of work because you've just screwed up your gas tank. You've screwed up your car by putting water into the gas tank, which is the equivalent to grabbing the potato chips, to grabbing the brownies, the cookies, the chocolate-covered pretzels, whatever it is, the skinny pop at 3 p.m. because you're making yourself have more work for yourself in the end because it's going to end up in a binge, it's going to end up in overeating. So change the quality of the food, and then snacking is absolutely fine. Honeys, we are going to get through this. I hope that this video helped you, and I hope that this video can help you even past this time of the quarantine. So I adore you, honeys, and I'll see you in my next video. And let me know if you want me to keep filming on this camera. All right, I love you, honeys. Woo!